everyone, welcome back to Limitless Live. I am Olga Benyaminov and I'm so happy that you're here today with me. So it's June. It's June already. And if you know, when summer is around, everybody thinks about love and relationships. So before I even start talking about it, and before you assume that I'm actually talking about dating apps, Valentine's Day energy in June, let me stop you right there. Because today I want to talk about the relationship that sets the tone for every relationship in your life. The one that you wake up with every single morning. The one that has seen you at your absolute worst and your absolute best. I'm talking about the relationship that you can never leave, never escape, never fully hide from. And that relationship is the relationship with yourself. You can have the most loving partner, the most supportive friends, the most beautiful family, and still feel very deeply alone if you don't have a good relationship with the person looking back at you in the mirror. As Oscar Wilde says, to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. A lifelong romance with you. So today I want to talk about what it actually means and how you can build that loving relationship with yourself. There are 3 key points, so stay with me. If you feel comfortable, write down in the chat, how would you rate your relationship with yourself right now? From a scale of 1 to 10. Just write it down, no judgment, just to see what it is. Now let me ask you something. How many of you have poured everything into someone else? Your time, your energy, your love, your patience, and end up completely empty. We are so good at showing up for others. We answer the calls, we show up at the hospital, we encourage our friends through their storms and hard moments. We give and give and give. And then we have nothing left for ourselves. So you got to remember that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Not sometimes, not when it's convenient, never. And there is a saying, there's a place I read, I don't trust people who don't love themselves and tell me I love you. There's an African saying, be careful when the naked person offers you a shirt. And that is really a strong statement. Because how many of us have been giving away shirts we don't actually have? When your relationship with yourself is broken, when you don't trust yourself, when you don't value yourself or even believe in yourself, you go looking for all of those things from other people. And that's where dysfunction begins. You start accepting less than you deserve. You stay longer than you should, and you make yourself smaller so other people feel bigger. And you call it love. But that's not love, that's dependency. Real love, the kind you give and receive, starts with a full cup. And you are the only one who can fill this. So let me ask you, what you're doing this week to actually fill your own cup. I want you to share it with me. And there's something that people don't talk about enough. The way you treat yourself, you actually teach others how to treat you. Listen to this again. Because the way you treat yourself is the blueprint. And whether you know it or not, you are handing that blueprint to everyone in your life. If you consistently criticize yourself, if you diminish your own feeling, if you break promises to yourself And if you put yourself last, you are sending a signal. And that signal says, this is acceptable. This is how I accept to be treated. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we will ever do. And that comes from Brené Brown. Owning our story, not hiding from it, not being ashamed of it, actually owning it. Because here's what I know to be true. Your story is not your enemy. Your past is not your sentence. Your mistakes are not your identity. These are all your education. And when you start treating yourself with the same grace that you so freely give to others, something incredible happens. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that are not designed for you. And you stop accepting crumbs and start accepting the full meal. There are 3 things that change when your relationship with yourself improves. And I want you to write it down. The first thing that changes is that your standards rise. You naturally stop tolerating things that don't align with who you are becoming. The second thing is that your boundaries become clear. Not because you become difficult, but because you finally know what you deserve and what you cannot tolerate. And the third thing is your peace becomes non-negotiable. You stop letting people and situations rent space in your mind for free. And I hope you remember those 3, because these are the 3 points that should lead you every single day. And here's a question that I always get. Olga, that sounds beautiful, but how? Like, how do I actually build a better relationship with myself? And the answer is very simple. It's the same way you build any good relationship. With intention, with consistency, and with time. Every relationship needs those 3. You don't build a good friendship in one conversation, right? You don't build a good marriage in one date. And you don't build a good relationship with yourself in one morning routine. It's something you do every day, intentionally, and it is practice. You yourself, as much as nobody in the entire universe, deserves your love and affection. You deserve it. Not when you lose weight, not when you get the promotion, not when everything is finally perfect. You deserve it right now. I want to teach you 3 daily practices that you should do and start today. The first one is the morning routine, morning check-ins. Before you check your phone, before you check in with yourself, with anything else, ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Check in with your own self. What do I need today? These are simple 2 questions. How do I feel today? And what do I need today? 2 questions, 2 minutes. But that could be a game changer for your entire day. The second daily thing that you can do is keep promises to yourself. Self-trust is built the same exact way that all trust is built, by just doing what you say you will do. Start small. If you say you'll go for a walk, actually go for a walk. Don't look for excuses and say, I'm too tired. If you say I need a rest, then go rest. Honor your word to your own self. And the third thing that you can do, watch your inner voice. We all have a voice inside of us, inside of our head, that narrates our entire life. So ask yourself, is this voice kind? Is this voice encouraging? Would you let a friend speak to you the way you speak to yourself? Because The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. And that is something you should never forget. This is something very powerful. We're not talking about romantic relationship. And maybe sometimes not as fun as relationships can be. But this is the most powerful relationship, because every single thing in your life, your confidence, your choices, your relationships, your results, all flow from this one place: your relationship with yourself. So I want you to do something right now. Grab your phone, your journal, or even a napkin if you have one, whatever you have nearby. And I want you to write down your answer to this one simple question. If I treat myself the way I treat the people I love the most, what will change in my life? If I treat myself the way I treat people that I love the most in my life, what would change? Take 30 seconds, write it down. If you want to share it, please let us know what you're feeling. I want to read those comments. I want to celebrate what you just discovered about yourself. Because sometimes the biggest revelation isn't what we need to change. It's just recognizing how far we've drifted from our own love and care. And I need you to say this with me out loud, like you actually mean it. I am worthy of my own love. I choose to show up for myself, not someday, today. I set the standards for how I am being treated. My relationship with myself is my foundation, and I am building it stronger every day. Yes, that is who you are. That is who you are becoming. And I am so proud of you for even showing up. So this week's challenge for 7 days, I want you to give yourself 5 minutes every morning. Just 5. No phone, no notifications, just you. And ask yourself every morning, who am I? What do I need today? And what is one kind thing that I can do for my own self? And then do that kind thing. 7 days. That's all I'm asking. Screenshot this, save this, write it down for yourself. Do anything that you need to remind it for yourself. And maybe even send it to a friend who needs to hear it right now, because someone in your circle is starving for this message right now. Next week, I'm going to continue love and relationship, and I'm going to talk about the relationship that raised you, the relationship that made you who you are, your families, your boundaries, your healing, and how to love your people without losing yourself. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be next Monday at the same time, 2 p.m. And if you haven't joined my book club yet, this month I'm reading a book. We are reading a book about boundaries. If you want to try this out for teens and adults, for teens who have a different book, your first month is completely on me. It's free of charge. Just message me and I will have you join. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for choosing to invest in yourself. The fact that you show up and you listen to this, that matters. That counts. Share this with someone who might need it. Tag a friend. Leave a comment. Let me know what actually resonated with you today. And remember, the most important relationship in your life is waiting for you to give it the attention that it deserves. Start today. Stay limitless.